It's the final round of the season, and so many of the championship titles are still up for grabs. As we've seen before on the World Endurance Championship, our season finale takes place here at the Bahrain International Circuit. Now, not only do the facilities here look beautiful, but it's also 5.4 kilometres and 15 turns of demanding track. So let's see what the drivers make of it. The first turn of the Bahrain circuit, what do you expect here?
Normally a bit of carnage, certainly on the start, and also as the race goes on, because of the sort of the big speed into turn one on the main start-finish straight, with the prototypes closing in at high speed, especially the LMP ones. I like this circuit. It's good fun, and obviously being able to race into the night is just adds that extra little bit of excitement to the race.
During the race, it's like one of those traction corners where when the tyres are getting a little bit tired, you know, you're going to want a little bit more front, a little bit more rear grip. Obviously there's a long run up to the next hairpin, so it's maybe one of the slowest parts of the track, but you're always going to be busy.
If you run out too wide in turn one and you're too fast around turn one, using all of the circuit, you then arrive at turn two on the inside of the corner, and that's not the best line. So it's a really good piece of circuit design, and I think in general this track doesn't get the praise it deserves because it makes you think from inside the car.
It's maybe one of the easiest to lock up and do a mistake, because you're coming from very high speed, and when you brake with lateral G-force. So you tend to lock the inside wheel, and then you can see some marks there. Yeah? You tend to lock the inside wheel and go wide, which makes it very difficult.
Seeing as you're not going to be driving anymore, you may be looking for another job.
So what do you got to offer?
Camera operator, what do you think?
Oh, right, okay, all right. Yeah, Timo, let's do it. Let's do it.
How is it? Woo. Turn 10.
Not much fun for us drivers.
How are you feeling, Mark? Rule 1 of a cameraman, you're supposed to keep quiet during the interview. All right, your job's done here.
Wow. So the audience can see, no? Oh, look at that beautiful Bahrain sunset. Oh, Timo.
Saturday is race day in the Kingdom of Bahrain. The heat may well be a factor for the drivers and for the cars. Emotions running high even at the autograph session as we bid farewell to Mark Webber at the end of the 6 hours of Bahrain. And it's goodbye to Audi as well when the checkered flag falls here in Bahrain. 18 fabulous years of competition comes to a close here in the desert. But the sport continues, and the future of Porsche's GT programme is here in Bahrain with the brand new 911 RSR, which will be competing in the championship in 2017.
It's a completely new design. I think they started with a white paper, you know, and all the engineers put their ideas in, and then Porsche decided what to pick, and this is it. And the most important thing for us was to make it easier for the driver for the long distance races, so it's easier physically and it's easier to the tires. Basically we try to be very constant for the single or even double stint, what we are planning to do with the new rules next year, having less tires for the race. So I think this is the main key facts, and the rest next year will show.
Before competition gets underway in earnest, time to recognise the huge contribution made to endurance racing by Audi Sport.
You're going to be joined by your teammates Marcel Fessler, birthday boy Andre Lotterer and Benoit Trelouillet, plus Ralph Juttner and Dr. Ulrich in special tribute to the fantastic achievements. There's Dr. Ulrich on the right, of the fantastic achievements of the Audi Sport Team Jost over the years. Thanks for a thrilling 18 years it's been, with 106 wins.
A final chance to savour the atmosphere of a World Endurance Championship grid.
Well, yes, it is an end of an era for Audi, and Dr. Ulrich, we're at the front of the grid. It's a day that's going to go down in history.
Yeah, there's no question on that. We had a really tremendous story in sports car racing with all these big victories in Le Mans and the good years with the WEC. It's tough, it's a decision that we have taken and we go new roads, but I would say it was a great time with all the people here, and I would say not only the Audi team, which was always, I tried to have a family, but the WEC group, everybody here. At the end, it was a big family.
And the final race of the 2016 season has brought out the big names from motorsport present, Danny Ricciardo, and from the past with Gerhard Berger on the grid.
It's sad to see Audi leaving, but last race, so I thought it's nice to pass by and see how it's going. It's very impressive on the technical side. The cars are really high-tech, and some of the races are good, very competitive.
A brilliant last gasp lap by Pedro Lamy for the number 98 Aston Martin claims pole position in GTE Am and keeps that championship alive for at least 6 hours. In GTE Pro, the drivers, teams and manufacturers championship are still to be decided. Aston Martin are battling Ferrari, and Davide Rigo knows it's all about effort.
This is the last race. Who win maybe can win the championship, so we need really to be strong. I know that it's a 6-hour race. It's not everything at the first corner, but this time we need to be aggressive, a bit more aggressive.
It's the 95 Aston Martin team who are in with a chance of the Drivers' Championship. They qualified second. Marco Sorensen and Nicky team.
To be honest, I am really nervous, but that's how it should be. Still capable of winning all championships, so of course that's what we are fighting for. So take it easy, but still attack for good points.
Signatech Alpine number 36 has won the championship and will start on pole position after G-Drive have been put to the back of the grid for an infraction after qualifying. Toyota still have a chance of the Drivers' Championship with the number 6 car. They're saluting Audi, but they'll battle them on the track.
We never know, it's 6 hours, everything can happen, so we saw at Le Mans. Until the last lap, we don't know. So we'll push, we'll give our maximum, we'll take some risk, maybe more than usual. So we need to give our best and no regret.
Porsche have wrapped up the Manufacturers' Championship and their number 2 car leads the drivers' standings, but they haven't been on the podium in this car since Le Mans. It will be an Audi that leads the field around at the start of the race, and a first pole position as an Audi driver for Ollie Jarvis.
Yeah, it's a very special weekend for us. Last one, end of an era, but we've achieved part of what we came here to do, and that's pole position. Now we've got the race, and the goal has to be to win it, to leave sports cars on a high, not just for a driver crew, but also as Audi and the whole guys working back at the factory. So it's going to be very emotional, that's for sure.
Just looking on the data and confirm quite low tire pressure, quite heavy bottoming, mainly on the rear.
Start of the formation lap for the 6 hours of Bahrain. Start of the first of 2 formation laps for the 6 hours of Bahrain. As a family, we will wait for its return back home in endurance where it really belongs. From our side, thank you for everything.
Audi Sport will lead the teams around from pole position. LMP2, it will be the Signatech Alpine crew who have already won the championship on pole position. GTE Pro, Aston Martin still in with a chance of the championship. Darren Turner will start the pole position car. And in GTE AM, it's the 98 car of Pedro Lamy, Paul Dalla and Matthias Lauda. Emotion, tension, excitement and action. This is the final round of the 2016 World Endurance Championship. Long hold. The red lights are out and Loic de Waal does get the jump in the pole sitting Audi. 2 Porsches behind. Looks like the whole field of LMP2 are side by side. Is that 6 cars, 7 cars wide into the first corner? All kinds of things going on behind the leaders. The 2 Porsches second and third at the moment, but the leading Audi is away. Then the GTE field coming through. My goodness, look at this. Now the start is under investigation. Got to be for all those P2 cars right across the track. Change for second position as the number 2 Porsche, trying to confirm the championship for drivers, goes through into second. Loic de Waal getting away. Neil Jani then into second ahead of his teammate. Marcel Fessler chasing back through the field. Got a bit of trouble with the Toyota at the moment though. Can't even get to the back of the Porsches as the Toyota goes through into fourth. Looking back to the LMP2 battle, Menezes leads in the blue 36. Then it's the RGR Sport car. There's Pipo Derani going through in the green and black car. That's 4th position. Got the other ESM just ahead of him. So looks like the Manor-car's being shuffled right back. GTE Pro, there's been a change. The Ferrari has got ahead of both of the Aston Martins, and this could have big championship implications. Now, what can Aston Martin do about that bright red car ahead of them? Fessler down the inside at the first corner. Goes back up into 4th position. Kobayashi, no way to fend off that attack. Or is there? He's in the slipstream going up the hill to turn 4. Oh, big late move. And he's gone back through. We're only 6 minutes in, guys. Come on, play nicely. Side by side through turn 5. My goodness, that was very close indeed. Ricky Taylor leads GTE and Pedro Lamy locks up his right front in the second place. Aston, they've gone on softer compound tyres. Not sure that's working for them even this early on. It's very hot out there. That 98 car needs to win this to keep any hopes of the championship alive. Then Barker in there in the Porsche too. Now let's look again. Oh, Pedro. 71 Ferrari has just lost the position. Yes, I was just trying to work that out there. Ollie Pla doing it the hard way in fairness, round the outside. Wow, nice move, Ollie. And this is what it looked like from the 71. What a great splitter view of the rear splitter of the Ford. 3rd and 4th together now, working their way through the traffic. And will this be a pass for position? It is. Marcel Fessler's really got the bit between his teeth now. Goes past Timo Bernhard. But he's not going to be able to hold on to that. He's run out of hybrid energy, I think. And Bernhard uses his power to boost past through on the straight. And down towards the first corner, he defends to the inside. Fessler tries to go the long way round. That's going to be very hard. Cuts to the inside of turns 2 and 3, and now running up the hill to 4. There's a little traffic ahead. I don't think that'll come into play here. Tries to go around the outside. That's not doable at 4. Oh, but Marcel doesn't know that. He has made it work. Extraordinary manoeuvre. New third place, and it's Audi number 7.
Front tires are struggling a lot on power. Double check.
Neil Janney talking to Kyle Wilson-Clark, and it's not good news for the number 2 team. Here comes Fessler, and that's easy. Janney needs to pick his battles. Remember, he's battling for the Drivers' Championship. No real point in trying to fight when you haven't got the tools.
I'm going to push a little bit more the tires now because only 10 laps to go. The tire is much better now. The temperature on the rear left drops slightly. Keep pushing, it's doing a good job.
Toyota playing the long game maybe, as they're now releasing their drivers in the last laps of this first stint. They can push harder. They feel they've got the rubber and the car underneath them. 2 Aston Martins really need to work together, second and third at the moment. Jimmy Bruni is up the road from this battle, and that is a change of position. Darren Turner goes through into second. Now can he set sail and try and catch the Ferrari that leads the class? Well, Turner has bridged that gap and now has target acquired, and the target is Jimmy Bruni. Jimmy knows the significance of holding on to the lead here. The last few laps, though, Darren Turner has gradually just reeled him in. First of the pit stops, and the LMP2 cars coming in. Clean race here will be a beautiful way to finish the championship for the 36 Alpine. It's been a good season for RGR. The 43 car has been a winner, including in their home race in Mexico. At the front of the field, pit stop starting for the manufacturer teams. And that's Ollie Jarvis getting into his Audi. All the emotions of before the start forgotten now. This is about real racing. On the right hand side of the picture, the number 2 Porsche in as well. That looks like a very routine stop for them. Brand new set of Michelin rubber going on. Timo Bernhard then leads the race for Porsche, but remember, he's got to come into the pit lane and make that pit stop.
I have a cluster fucking GT8 me on the rear.
Oh, real drama for the car that really needs to get to the checkered flag. He's been hit by the KCMG Porsche. Oh, the irony. And that left rear tyre is giving up the ghost. It's locked the wheel. It's all hands on deck now. Down at Porsche, they know what this means. Is there any more damage other than that wheel and Michelin tyre?
What I just lost power. I feel like... Okay, copy that. We do what we can. We do what we can on the fuel flow. I've lost so much on it of speed and power.
Well, the lap times and the sector times are not bad for the Toyota number 5, so maybe this problem is manageable. Ollie Jarvis leads the race after the first set of pit stops. Loic Duval started the number 8. Let's talk to him now down in the pits.
The start was good, no issue at all. I was able to make a gap from the beginning, so I had a clean stint, to be honest. I mean, the car was good, but then we have to see, you know, the weather is. I mean, the weather is changing. We are going through the night now, so the track time is going to go lower. Let's see if we are consistent through the race, but so far it's positive. We look a little bit quicker than Porsche and Toyota, so hopefully we can carry on.
Third position is under threat now as Mark Webber, now behind the wheel of the number 1, goes to driver's right and sweeps past Sebastian Buemi. Now, is he still struggling with that power issue? Oh, he's late on the brakes. That was very close, you know, down into turn 1. Heads up driving from Webber to let the Toyota go through when it made the mistake. Yeah, look at that. That was pretty close. And Webber stayed out of trouble expertly there. Lauda's gone through into the lead in GT Yam. Great manoeuvre at the final corner, and that's Pat Long in the black and white, well, black and grey Porsche in there as well. So that's first, second and third in across the line in front of us now. One of the man is going through, just mixing things up a little bit there. That's the prototype car, the 45 machine. Down into the first corner is Pat Long, going to go into second. He's coming from a long way back. Audacious manoeuvre, but it does pay off. And the experienced Californian is up into second, chasing Matthias Lauda, who now leads the category. Matthias Lauda is leading, but not for now. He's gone off. Turn 7. Now, did he get a little clip there from Pat Long? They were disputing the lead. Great recovery from Lauda. Let's have a look at the back end. I don't think he did hit it. Oh no, he just dropped the left front wheel off the circuit there on the inside, and that's what spun him around. The two leading Audis, Ollie Jarvis in first position, Andre Lotterer in second, pulling away from Mark Webber in the Porsche in third. Andre Lotterer here going past his teammate. That looked like that might have been a planned manoeuvre, just to let Lotterer go through. Not exactly the same strategies for these two cars. If they're just trying to work some tactics to split these two cars up and try and demoralise the rest of the field, it's working at the moment. They are pulling away. Very standard looking pit stop for the number 7. And the shiny Michelins tell me that that's a brand new set of rubber. Ollie Jarvis into the pit lane. And he's staying in that car. Must feel comfortable. Mark Webber is getting out after his first stint. So that leaves Brendan Hartley as the third member of the number 1 Porsche crew getting in. At Toyota, Buemi's out and talking to Louise.
We had to reduce a little bit the power, which is normal sometimes with the temperature, so hopefully we can put it back on and then continue the fight with Porsche number 1.
Well, it's been another difficult race already for the championship leading number 2 car. Neil Jarney getting out. Well, he's having a look at that left rear corner where they had the little brush with the KCMG Porsche earlier on.
Unfortunately, the GT Porsches the AM Porsches are not our friends this year, it seems like, and car feels okay now. But you know, in this position, we don't risk anymore too much in traffic, so we will never catch up one lap. Now we need some luck. We'll see what the car number 6 does, but yeah, just need to finish now.
So Johnny Adam has brought the number 97 Aston Martin into the pit lane from the lead of the class. And they will just drop down to second place as their teammates go through, because they owe us the same pit stops. James Collado is third for Ferrari. And here is that pit stop for the number 95, exactly as we expected. Nicky Team now being installed in the Vantage. Well, here's a battle that's been raging all year in the LMP2 category. The 43 has Bruno Senna on board. Nico Lapierre in the blue Alpine tries to go around the outside through turn 9. He's got his nose ahead, but Senna has the inside and should be able to hold on to that position. That doesn't sound like good news. Is this more drama from the number 2? Remember, to get points, they've got to get that car to the flag. This could be championship just slipping away from them. All going perfectly to plan for Aston Martin. They've got the Drivers' Championship at the moment with Sorensen and team. And if they stay in these positions, they'll nick the Manufacturers' Cup as well from Ferrari. This is a battle for position. The 95 car going down the inside into turn 1. Actually, that looked a bit easier than I think it probably was with the Audi right there. Ollie Jarvis in the Audi is our cameraman. Oh, little flash of the lights there. Now, how close was this? Was there a touch? There wasn't, but it was close. Well, after the last set of pit stops, there's new drivers in the two Audi R18 e-tron Quattros. Storyline's the same. Luca Di Grassi leads Ben Trellier, and they're pulling away from the rest of the field. It's quite simple now for the number 2 Porsche team. As Romain Dumas brings the car into the pit lane, they've got to get this car the checkered flag. If they do that, they will be champions, and they don't have to worry about what Toyota number 6 does. But remember last year, it was an ailing Porsche that won the World Championship right here. 26G drive into the pit lane. That's Rusinov getting out, and Alex Brundle getting in. Now there's been a problem for the number 98, that's Paul Dalla Lana behind the wheel. Oh, turn 11, loses it on the way in, laws of physics taking over there, the back end coming around. Is there a puff of smoke there from the 98 car? Yes, there is! This could be the championship slipping away from the 98 crew, and that means the 83 will be champion. Now hang on. That's a GTE wheel, and that's the Aston. No, that's the other Aston. That's Johnny Adam just out of the pits. He's lost the right front wheel. That's at turn 4. What a horrible couple of minutes for Aston Martin. Johnny Adam is trying to get the 97 car back, trying to get some points for Aston Martin in the Manufacturers' Championship. Well, it looks as though the brake disc has gone there. Has to be quick work by the Aston Martin mechanics. Let's have a look at that again. The right front wheel completely disconnected. Oh, and there's Dalla Lana. He's not made it back to the pits. The engine has given up. And that means Francois Perraudot is champion with the rest of the 83 team. You know, that's classy as well. Would have liked to have won that, I'm sure, in a head-to-head fight.
I think for us it's great. It's been a hard year. Aston's been very fast all year, and we were fighting. We hope we'll finish on 3rd, but now we are world champions, so it's fantastic. I love it. My teammates did a fantastic job, Francois and Collard. I think it's very good for the team, the guys, everybody. It's great.
Desolation down at Aston Martin. The GTE AM Championship has slipped away in this moment. Very unusual to see an Aston engine go.
Really no big warning. I think the engine let go, and you know, I was pretty optimistic to try and bring it all the way around. I thought I could. It made it to the last turn, but super frustrating way to go. I feel, you know, we really you know, we did well to bring the fight to today, and we really wanted to push Ferrari the whole way, but it wasn't our day. In any event, you know, the team's done a great job, and unfortunately.
Coming past me now, the lead battle in LMP2. Nico Lapierre has Pipo Durrani right in his wheel tracks as they go to my left and down towards the first corner. Porsche number 2's just gone through. Durrani's going to go through as well. Classic overtaking manoeuvre here at Bahrain. Clean as you like. So decisive. Side by side coming down towards turn number 9. Andy Priaulx used to teach and mentor Sam Bird. Now he's got him all over the back of his Ford. 3rd and 4th position. Another round of pit stops at the front of the field. another set of new Michelin tyres going on to the number 7 Audi. We'll drop them down the order for a moment, but of course everyone else has to make their pit stops. A very Audi efficient pit stop there. The 7's back into the race. Ralph Hutton are there, sleeves rolled up. One of 9 employees who've been with Audi Sport right the way through their 18 years in sports cars. Another pit stop for the number 1 Porsche. A very familiar face of Kiwi Brendan Hartley there. They've got 2 hours and 22 minutes left as world champions. LMP2 has been a cracking battle all year, and it's still on here. Ho Ping Tung on the left, Matt Rao on the right in the red and white Manor car. Now Matt has to be careful here. He's got a suspended drive-through penalty that he got earlier on in the weekend for ignoring flag signals, so he's got to be absolutely clean here or he will be being penalised by our race director. He's in there somewhere, coming up to turn 4 with Toyotas coming by, and Matt goes round the outside, and that was clean. Lovely move. Graham Loudon closest to us there likes that. From the lead of the race, Loic Duval staying in the car, and this has been a brilliant run by Audi into the last third now of the 6 hours of Bahrain. So it's all change after Aston Martin's woes in the GTE manufacturers and teams battle, and Ferrari just about holding sway at the moment. Aston leading from 2 AF courses. The second Aston is back out, having had a new right front brake assembly. What a year for Ford. The American team won Le Mans in their big anniversary year, and here in the FIA WEC they came here with a chance of a championship. Pretty decent, I'd say. And that's the 2 Audis changing round at the head of the field. Loic Duval going ahead of Ben Treluet, drags up behind him into turn 1. Ooh, a bit closer than I think the team might have liked. In those headlights, that is LMP2, and once again it's G-Drive and RGR. They're very close as through again comes the number 2 Porsche. They've got to be so careful in traffic, remember, chasing the Drivers' Championship, that number 2 car. That's brave going round a pair of battling LMP2s, particularly this pair, because they've been at it all season. Take another look. Now they're pretty close. Did they trade pin? I don't think so. Watch the Porsche going through on the right hand side. Gives them a very wide berth indeed. Aggressive tactics from ESM. Pipo Derani still in the car. Their silver rated driver, who's got to do an hour and 14 minutes, has not yet been in. Chris Cumming is being saved till the end, but they've got a lead at the moment. All absolutely standard at the moment, although they're trying to clear out some of the dirt and rubbish, I think, from the front of that car. But Audi doing what we've seen Audi do for a very long time. Lead races. Routine stop for the number 7 Audi now. And a new set of Michelins. You can tell they're new because they're shiny. Next to Alan McNish in the white shirt, Martin Pass has been here since the very start of the Audi experience. Now this is not routine. This number 8 car's only been out there 17 laps. It should be somewhere near 28. And it looks like there's a problem around the front of the car. Well, this is where we find out whether the brave strategy of ESM is going to pay off. Pipo Derani has to get out now because Chris Cumming must do an hour and 14 minutes. And as you can see, there's just more than that left in the race. Thanks to Arwen, one of the mechanics here. There's a lot of farewells this weekend. End of term feeling. David Ennemar Hansen, along with Pat Long and Khaled El Khabazi, leading GTE AM. What a story this would be if they can convert this to a victory. A local team taking a World Championship win, be massive. Nicky team out in the lead for Aston Martin. It's the right Aston, I suppose, that's leading the 95 car. Drivers and Teams Championship could be theirs, but the manufacturers is slipping away to Ferrari. Darren Turner is doing absolutely everything he can to try and nick back this manufacturers championship for Aston Martin. Every GT car that he passes now is a couple of extra points. He's the fastest man on the circuit at the moment, and down in the Aston pit they know it's not over yet. But Darren has got to get to the Ferraris and get amongst them if this is going to be a fairy tale ending.
Yeah, good call. You're doing a good job, dude, but downforce just wasn't with you. It killed our front tires.
And that is why they had that unscheduled stop. They were taking tyre debris out of the front of the car. The aero just wasn't working, and I think this set of tyres are already past their best for Loic Duval.
So far, everything to plan. Of course, 1 hour to go. We're not taking anything for granted, but currently P1, P2, but a long way to go yet. So fingers crossed.
Close moment for Timo Bernhard a couple of moments ago. Mark Webber is down in the pits. He'll be in that car next to take it to the finish.
It is a weird feeling. I think the emotions are start to come over you a little bit more, but. Knowing that, earplugs, helmet, everything, getting out there for the last time. So, and you're my last interview as well before as a racing driver. So,
you'll be on the other side soon.
All these are lasts. Yeah, exactly. I'm on the other side soon. So, look, it's nothing's forever. I've had a good run, and I just want to go out and do the last few laps and bring the car one home and get on the steps.
LMP2. This is not a replay of what we saw earlier. This is live. And it's the 43 and the 26 again with two Audi retained drivers here. Albuquerque in the dark red car and Rene Rast is just about going through. Yes, they've swapped places. That 26 car, remember, coming all the way from the back of the grid. Brilliant drive from G-Drive. So you can see Rast goes to the outside here in that orange car. It looks good here, but it's not finished. It's going to take another corner at least for him to get through. Close but fair. It's going to be Lucas de Grassi getting into the number 8 car. We've never seen a Brazilian driver win Le Mans in the 24 hours, and for the moment, with Audi stepping away, it's probably not going to happen for a little while, at least not for Lucas anyway. So Brendan Hartley in the number 1 car. As we've seen, Mark Webber is getting ready to bring that car to the checkered flag. Second at the moment, but they'll lose that when they come into the pits to make that change. This is the final stop for the number 7 Audi. Not just in this race, but for their current run in the World Championship. The two cars nicknamed Juicy Lucy for the 7 and Dirty Harry for the 8. And a lovely dismount from the mechanic at the last stop.
Okay, box now. Driver change.
This time last year, Mark Webber was nursing his Porsche home to take the World Championship for him and his team. And now as Brendan Hartley gets out of the number 1 car, Mark will have the honour of the last laps as the current world champion. The chairman of the FIA Endurance Committee and the president of the ACO congratulate Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich on 18 glorious years. Last pit stop for the number 5 Toyota. That puts Mark Webber back up into 3rd in the Porsche. And this should be the last pit stop for ESM as well. We wave goodbye to them from the WEC and say thank you for their commitment Chris is going to lose the lead on this stop, but the tyres are good. He'll be sent without a new set of Dunlops. So this now is the battle for the lead in LMP2. Philippe Albuquerque is the leader. René Rast is second. The tactics from ESM didn't quite pay off, and that's left this cracking battle down to turn one. Rast goes to the inside, almost in the pit lane for a moment, and he's got through. Roman Rusanov, his usual quiet, reserved self. It's not over yet. Albuquerque is not taking this lying down as they head up the hill towards turn 4. It's a right-hander. And there's Chris coming, currently in 4th position, just being passed by that 36 car. Yeah, there is the confirmation. So brave tactics from the 31 squad, but it hasn't given them the win. You can't fault Marcel Fessler, still pushing hard enough to get a black and white flag. No lack of effort from Audi in their last race. Bittersweet at Audi, ecstatic at Porsche, on the cusp of a second Drivers' World Championship. They've had a horrible second half of the season. The number 2 Porsche squad have not been on a podium since Le Mans, but their early season form is going to take them to this World Championship. And down at Audi, Alan McNish on the left there with Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich. The commemorative t-shirts are out. That means we're on the final lap. And for them, it's the very final lap of their WEC career. An era in sports car racing is about to come to an end. It started back in 1999. And Audi have been at the very top of their game since then, and they will go out at the very top of their game with a 1st and 2nd.
Pull over, slow down, roll across start finish. Okay, dude. Anyway, you won the race. Fantastic job. Lucas, Lloyd, Holly, Nasty and crew, you're the best in the business. Thanks Audi for an amazing year.
Guys, thank you. We brought the ducky home. We brought it home. The bloody ducky.
Thanks to the team. I mean, it's an honor to drive for Porsche around on a racetrack, and to win Le Mans and the World Championship is something really special and will always be there.
Well done, Jim. Well done. Oh, what a finish.
A lot of emotions, big family. But we closed the door with a golden key, with a pole position and the win. 1-2. Great job of my teammates. Also the sister car, whole Audi crew. 18 years, long time, and we are saying goodbye.
It's been a great end to the season for G-Drive. Really has come together for them since Japan, and it's another victory here in Bahrain. Three very happy teams on the podium in LMP2. The champions for 2016 are in 3rd position. It's been a brilliant season for RGR Sport. They won their home race in Mexico, but it's all about G-Drive here in Bahrain, from the back of the grid to the victory in LMP2. So much emotion for the 95 crew. The Dane Train, Nicky Team and Marco Sorensen are drivers' champions, and the 95 is the team's champions as well.
He deserves it so much. He did a stunning job this year, and again, I'm just super proud of everything. Here he is. Oh, det stort.
The GTE Pro honours shared between Aston Martin Racing and Ferrari. Drivers and teams to the Aston Crews. And the Manufacturers' Championship goes to Ferrari. And in GTE AM, it's Ferrari again, right to the last race. Rui Aguas, Francois Perrodo and Emmanuel Collard.
The team was perfect in every situation, especially through the race. We always had a good strategy, no mistake, and at the end the result is there, so it's perfect.
Away from the championships in GTE AM, there's headlines being written in this region with Abu Dhabi Proton Racing taking the victory. I've never seen anything like this. The whole of the pit lane is out to applaud the Audi crew, the mechanics, the backroom staff as they make their way to the podium. This is extraordinary. Normal protocol has been broken here because not one representative from the Audi team up there, but three, along with the drivers, Ralf Juttner, Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich and Reinhold Jost, are joining in these celebrations, and that's absolutely correct. A podium that is filled with quality endings. Mark Webber, in his final motor race, has made it onto the steps. Confirmation of the 9th round of the FIA World Endurance Championship results, and in 6th position the number 2 Porsche team have brought that car home and are drivers' champions. Aston Martin winning in GTE Pro. GTE AM, the local team take the victory. For 18 years, Audi Sport have defined the competitive spirit of endurance racing. We'll miss our friends, but that spirit remains in the World Endurance Championship, and Season 6 starts on the 16th of April at Silverstone.
It's important for me to work with people, and it's important for me to feel that all these people like to work together and that they really put a lot of effort, each one from his part, to make the thing happen to its best. I think this is something that I enjoy the most. I find in the character of the people that they are ready to make themselves a real part of the family, and not having people that only try to suck out of it and try to make the shine brighter themselves. Because at the end, if you accept this in a family, the family will not work. It is easier to win and feel fine than lose and keep a team together and not starting to finger point. The very first moment after being down because you couldn't win, immediately everybody has the ideas how we can make it better next time. And this is the strength of the team that we have built up through the years. For me, it is very important that the personalities are ready to be a part of a big family and know that together they can be stronger than the individual people. This was for me always important to make it happen, and I was very happy to feel through the years that it's the right people that are around me.